The Georgia Bulldogs enter the Orange Bowl against the number 3 ranked Terrapins with an opportunity to pull off a big upset and enter the national championship picture with a trip to either the Sugar Bowl or the Rose Bowl. Injuries have crippled the Terrapins going into the big game, which gives the Bulldogs a realistic shot at advancing. Georgia is without a serviceable quarterback, so they will need to fall back on defense, the running game, and their wide receivers. However, the Bulldogs also have something many teams in the Program Football League don't, a top-level tight end. Kyle Pitts comes into the Orange Bowl as the 6th highest scorer at the position, and he's coming off a game in which he was targeted 8 times, his most targets since Week 5. While Pitts hasn't really had any outstanding games this season, but anything he can provide might be enough to help get the Bulldogs over, as this game might come down to just a handful of points. On the other hand, Pitts will face a tough pass defense at Carolina in Week 15, and that will favor the Terrapins. The rest of the Georgia attack is solid as they feature 2 top 14 wideouts in Pittsburgh's George Pickens and Brandon Ayuk. Ayuk is the top-producing wideout in San Francisco, and Pickens holds the same status with the Steelers. Ayuk is on the verge of breaking the 1,000-yard mark with 927 yards and 50 catches on the season, while Pickens is currently sitting on nearly 800 yards on 49 catches. The Georgia running game lacks star firepower, but Zach Charbonnet is coming off of a strong performance in Week 13 where he rushed for 60 yards on 19 carries, including a 1-yard touchdown. Charbonnet also hauled in 1 reception for 39 yards, giving him nearly 100 yards in total offense on the day and nearly 5 fantasy points. The Bulldogs could use another solid performance from Zach, who's dealing with a knee issue, although he did practice this week and looks ready for action in Week 14. Georgia will be waiting anxiously on their best threat at running back to stay healthy against the 49ers going into their big bowl game in Week 15 versus Maryland. Defensively, the Bulldogs have 2 elite pass rushers in Justin Matabike and DJ Wonnum, who have combined for 16 sacks on the season. Georgia also has 2 elite linebackers in TJ Edwards and Quincy Williams, who have combined for nearly 150 solo tackles. The Bulldogs secondary is also strong with Josh Metellus and Julian Blackman, who are also elite at their position and have combined for over 150 total tackles on the season. The Maryland Terrapins have had a strong season as their 3rd overall rank shows, but injuries have made them vulnerable. And Hunter Taylor's Georgia Bulldogs may have what it takes to end their season and advance to another big bowl in Week 16, which would put them just 1 win away from the national championship game.